Answer Journalist of the Year 2020 at the Emmy Awards the year 2020. On that same day, he was honored for his good works for the country and in the world. Today, Zion Felix is here to talk to WO1 Joseph Ashite Hammond. He has a lot to tell us today. My name is Zion Felix. If you go on Instagram, you can follow me at ZionFelix.com, on Twitter, _Zion Felix, on Facebook, Zion Felix determinist. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I hope you're doing well, sir. How's 2021 treating you?
Very nice. You know, I was actually awarded. Actually, they promised to honor me.
Okay.
But unfortunately, our particulars went in very late.
Okay.
So I was given Salute Award.
Okay.
This year, they have promised to give me a rare award.
Oh, okay.
So I've been waiting patiently for it.
For this year's own?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice, nice, nice. So how's 2021 going?
2021 we have started. And I'm praying fervently to the Almighty God that my dream come true. Because my aim for the foundation actually is to help destitute street children and then the old veterans that I went to the war with them in India and Burma.
Oh, okay.
I went with them.
Let's start from who you are before we go to other things. I mean, when we say WO1 Joseph Ashite Hammond, who is he?
Yes, WO1 Joseph Ashite Hammond. I am a war veteran. At the age of 16, when I was attending school, at a senior high school, at a Presbyterian boarding school. Whenever I saw, Osu,
okay.
Whenever I saw soldiers, they always inspire me. So I decided that at the end of my education, I would join the army. So 42, 43, when I concluded 42, I decided to join the army. So I went. And luckily, I was enlisted.
How old were you then?
I was then 16 years.
Oh, wow.
I was then 16 years
when
I joined the army. Where the police headquarters is situated now, it was our camp.
Okay, Osu.
Yeah. And then I went through my mechanical training with flying colors. After my training, I was posted to Takrady 3rd Advanced Base Workshops. I was there, and an order came from the headquarters at Chimata. Whoever drives the European officers must be a well-trained mechanical man. Fortunately, I went through all these things. So the commander, Major Brunner, asked me to drive the officers. I started driving the officers because I have studied my mechanical training very well. Whenever there was a technical hitch on the engines, I used to repair it. So one day, he told me that lady would come from Accra. Couple of days, he turned up, and I went, we traveled through all the mining areas. Obuasi, Takwa, Pristia, Bogoso, all these places. On the way, on 2 occasions, there were technical trouble with the vehicle. I managed to repair it. And when we concluded our journey, he asked me to drive towards Axim. And during those days, there were very few vehicles. On the way, there was another technical hitch. I managed to do it because otherwise we would have stranded on the way. After doing this, Colonel Leiden was extremely happy. So we went to Axim. We slept there at the fort. From there, the next day we headed towards our camp at Takrady. When we arrived back at our camp, Colonel Leiden told Major Brunner that I did exceedingly well, and he was extremely happy. The way I conducted myself, the way I repaired the vehicles to avoid them sleeping on the way, he was happy. So he asked Major Brunner to promote me. During my promotion, I was very happy, Major Brunner told me. But probably he wrote to the headquarters for my promotion. Instead of my promotion, rather, I was drafted to go to the war in India and Burma, rather. Well, you know, military, we have our orders. Obey before complain. Secondly, we were colonial subjects. So I had nothing to say. I had to obey the instruction. 10 of us were drafted from the unit to go to the war. I'll mention their names. Joseph Hammond.
Is he a brother?
Joseph Hammond.
Is he your brother because you're also Hammond?
No, we were in the army.
Okay.
10 of us were drafted to go to the war.
Okay.
From the unit,
Okay.
3rd Advanced Base Workshops. Then Joseph Hammond, myself, E.B.O. Kai, Granton, Krensel, Anoba, and Amono. Then Anefi, Nunu, and then Lomote. The 10 of us were drafted to go to the war. I've just mentioned their names.
Okay, yeah.
My colleagues.
Yeah. World War II.
World War II.
Okay.
In India.
Yeah.
So 3 of us were asked to join the 3rd Battalion. We joined the 3rd Battalion.
Okay.
Then we continue like that.
Okay.
And then we went our training, war training,
Okay.
at dawn, 5 miles to Pune City.
Okay. So let's hold on that, and I've seen a lot of citations here. I mean, so many of them, and then you have some badges. Can you take us through first of all the badges, and then you tell us some of the
my medals?
Yeah.
Whenever a soldier goes to the war and fight a war, they give him medal to indicate that he has really been to the battlefront. And this one, where I have a 1939-45 medal, I have a war medal, I have a defense medal, and Bonama Star. All these medals show that I've been to the war and all these things.
Nice.
And then also, some of us receive Republic for serving our country, because we fought for Britain to defend the British Empire and then the Gold Coast also. So we were given that, making 5 medals.
That's nice. That's nice. And as I was saying, I've seen so many awards and then citations here. Can you take us through some of the awards and citations that
Thank you very much.
Received?
I started the war when I was 16 years in Burma. We fought ferociously against the Japanese because they were the most ferocious fighters that I've seen in the world. We went through, we fought very hard, but because we were highly trained, we conquered them.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of these awards, I belong to the Commonwealth, comprised of 48 countries. Last year, I represented the Commonwealth, the whole of the Commonwealth, 48 countries. And after the war, after the meeting, also, when we returned to Ghana, you know, I was also given another award, the Queen's Award, that is Point of Light Award for the Commonwealth soldiers who have performed bravely on the battlefield. And the Queen, Elizabeth II, is the head of the whole Commonwealth. So I was given this award to indicate all that I have done for the British Empire and the Gold Coast, and also Ghana, because now we are Ghana. I continue to serve the country also. Now, this award that they give to me, later on, when I came, I didn't stay. During the COVID-19, also I worked, and Prince Charles, the Prince of Wales, wrote to me that they have been so impressed about my activities, my performance. So I was also awarded, he brought me a letter and then £1,000 donation for the COVID, because my aim was, my own aim is to work assiduously for the frontline workers, all the doctors, the nurses that are participating in this work. I did it to raise funds, money for the frontline people, and also vulnerable veterans, my colleagues that suffer with me in Burma during the war. Now they are old, so that they'll use part of the money.
How many of them are alive right now?
Well, we stay in different regions.
Okay.
So it is very difficult to tell precisely.
Yeah.
Well, at least I know that we are about 104, but one died recently, just about a year ago.
Now let's talk about the 1944 incident.
1948.
1948, yeah, 1948 incident.
Well, you know, when we returned from the war, before we came back, 1945, we were promised heaven.
Yeah.
When I say heaven,
a lot
it
of
means
good things.
a lot of things.
Yeah.
When we were extremely happy. But we came out from the army in 1946. We waited from 46 January. Nothing was done for us. Some of our troops even used to beg in the street. Condition was so deplorable. So we decided that we waited patiently for 2 years, from 46 to 48.
Yeah.
And our General Secretary, James Owusu, we decided that if you don't ask, nobody will give it to you. If the mountains will not go to Mohammed, Mohammed have to go to the mountains. So we planned a comprehensive date and everything, and we decided that 28th February, we will go and try our luck. The governor was then Governor Gerald Christie. We started our march at Kwame Nkrumah's Mausoleum. At that time, there was no mausoleum there. It was a park, that 24th May. Always the schools converge there to this thing, sports, for sports activities. So we decided to meet there. We left there, we were 210
soldiers.
We marched slowly, and singing. You know, soldiers don't always, they sing. We sang, and when we reached the crossroads at King Kawosu, we saw policemen with a white officer. And you know, those days, the police people, a lot of them, they were not educated. So we called them Gento. Gento in Hausa means uneducated people. They said, we will allow you to go to the castle. We said, why? After all, we wanted to present our petition to the governor, Sir Gerald Christie. We discussed with the white officer, Superintendent Emery, that if you don't allow us to go, a lot of our people, we are hungry. We are not having sufficient money even to look at ourselves. People are suffering. Deplorable condition. So actually we negotiated with him that he must allow 10 of us, not the whole 210, only 10 of us, to take the petition with Sajajete, who happened to be our leader. So still, the man was highly impervious to raising. So we were compelled to scale down the number from 10 to 5 for him to allow us to go. Still, he was adamant. So we pleaded, instead of negotiating with us, all of a sudden, he asked one of the sergeants to shoot. We said, oh, but we are unarmed. We were not carrying even penknife. Why should you ask people to shoot? He gave the order 3 times, but the sergeant didn't shoot. Later on, we learned that the sergeant's name was Chokosi. He didn't shoot. And Superintendent Emre was extremely annoyed. So he himself, he was so peeved, he grabbed the gun from the sergeant. And the first one that he shot was Odati Lamte at the front line. I was standing Sajajete behind Sajajete just 7 feet. almost approximately 7 feet. Then when he shot Odate Lamte, I saw where I was standing just 7 feet behind Sajajete. I saw him went forward. I said, "Get sir, why? Why should you kill him? We are not unarmed." Immediately he shot him too. And this actually highly provoked our leader, Sajajete. So he moved to grab him with the gun. Unfortunately, if that bullet had missed Sajajete, it would have landed on me. I was standing directly behind Sajajete, and I saw when he raised the gun. After killing Patrick Atipo, he raised the gun. Luckily, probably the Almighty God preserved my life to tell the whole nation what actually happened, because I was there on the spot. After killing Sajajete, there was total confusion because we didn't expect such a thing to happen. So few people, 20%, I think, went to the Otu Township. 80% of us all went to the post office. During the olden days, there was a roundabout there. And any white man that we saw with a car coming, we won't kill him. We will just drag him out, throw him away, and then turn the car and put fire inside the car. Because the whole population of Ghana, they were so annoyed that we went to the, women, their children. We went to the war, fought for British Empire, and then the Gold Coast. Instead of compensating us, they massacred us. So they were also annoyed. So they joined this thing, the stores. They started looting the stores. Because, if nothing happened, nothing came. They started looting the stores. We also burned the cars, and it spread all over the country. Before we were discharged, a lot of our ex-servicemen, those war soldiers, they came from different regions. Some from Ashanti, some from Koforidua, Central Region, and so forth. After our discharge, a lot of them went there. So when they heard that they have massacred their brothers, their colleagues in Accra, the trouble started from Kumasi, Koforidua, and other places, because they were all there. They have gone on pension. This thing happened. It continued for 3 good weeks, day and night. It was difficult. Even they brought the Nigerian troops to quell the rout. They failed. This thing continued. So when the rout subsided a bit, King George VI, this queen's father, sent a delegation from Britain, Watson Commission, to look into the cause why Sajajete group were killed and why there was such a rout. Unprecedented, something that has never happened in the history of Ghana, Gold Coast before, and Ghana. Watson Commission realized that no, it was wrong to kill Sajajete group. And then also, we have advanced more than our constitution. So they were compelled to change our constitution. And that paved the way for elections. Kwame Nkrumah won the election, the CPP. And that actually sparked this our independence. So actually, we, in a real sense, we were the people that paved the way for Ghana's independence.
Wow.
Yes, and President Mills said it in public, and President Mahama too said it in public. We paved the way for Ghana's independence. Because if nothing happened, we wouldn't be granted independence. It might have delayed.
That's true. I'm honored to have him here. I mean, one of the people who helped for Ghana to gain independence, who paved the way for first election to be held here in the country Ghana. I'm here with W.O. Joseph Hammond. Joseph, I should say Hammond, W.O.1. My name is Eyewitness. I'll be right back after this short commercial break. When we come, we have a lot to talk about.
Ago, adofo mechiamo. It is saying, me did the mama sewa. Na me was tempted. They be catcher. What a tap sending car. Debbie, what's it say? Nana was a hen. My main can't share way. Tap send. App. I'll bet me out good phone so. Now baby I will Europe would me send this kako Ghana e koma wadofo and tentamona. Na se omo mujisika no so mo MTN so Vodafone Tigo ana se Airtel so a omo benya sika ne tentem ho na de wo mu kra ne say fees bia anka ho untua fees bia and exchange rate no so was so kama or iPhone and I say or Android that the obeya ne say obekọ app store no na wa hwehwe tap send chale me say menye ja ho me say tapo na send ah.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. Zara and Felix is still here with WO1 Joseph Ashite Hammond. I mean, just before he went on that break, he was talking about how things happened before the first election here in Ghana for Ghana to gain independence in 1957. 51, yeah, 1951. So let's look at the current state of the people that you did that with in 1948.
Well, a lot of them are dead. I can say authoritatively that I'm the living one, the one that has survived now. Yes, because all of them advanced in age. I was then 21 years. So if now I'm 95, heading towards 96 years, and these people were even Odate Lamte about 27 years, Atipu about 31. These colleagues, it means 21 years, and I'm now almost 96 years. Then it means they are gone, because it is difficult to read the 100 line.
Yeah,
we all know. Everybody knows it. So as 21 and now 96, almost 96 years. It means all gone.
But there are few around.
I'm still around.
Yeah.
By the grace of God, I'm still around.
So the Hammond Foundation, what is it about?
Good. The Hammond Foundation, the purpose of my establishing the Hammond Foundation, it's a very good idea, because when I look at a lot of our children, they roam about, no proper education, some of them are hungry, and then, you know, do all sorts of things. It isn't like the olden days when people fear God, even young men, children, and everything. No, now it's not so. I did it purposely for destitute, deprived children, and so forth. And then also vulnerable veterans that fought in the war, that all of them are gone. They are suffering. I know. I was with them, and right now also those that are still alive, not those that went to the war. Those that went to the war, for them, all of them, no, all those that went to the castle with me, they are gone. Yes. So, well, I did it to help. It's a humanitarian work.
Okay.
And I am praying that after my death, it will continue. So that.
So how are you raising funds for the foundation?
Now we have started, and you know everything is very difficult from the inception, from beginning. But by the grace of God, I know there will be kind people around to help us, so that I will achieve my aim, to enable me to help these poor people, those suffering, to do it.
How do people get to help?
We appeal to the public. We appeal to the companies to help us.
Contact.
I know, yes, I know there are a lot of them that are kind-hearted, that they will come forward to help us.
Okay.
And we in turn also will help the deprived, and then the ex-servicemen, the veterans.
Social media handles, in case somebody wants to help, or any contact that somebody can reach you through if they want to help.
We are going to appeal to all of them.
Okay.
Whoever wants to help us, they have my this account, everything. It will come in. We have the foundation account.
Okay.
Then we will use that one to help everybody. I want to make it clear. I'm not here to, you know, to enrich myself. No. But rather to help the suffering. The youth, the young men that goes about. Whoever I see that is suffering, and we have the chance, we will help all of them. This is what we want to do.
So he wants to help people, and you need to also help so that everybody can be helped. I mean, we all know the same people, so the accounts and contacts, every detail that you need is what is done here. If you want to support WO1 Joseph Ashite Hammond, these are the contacts that you need to take, or this how you have to help him, so that he can also reach out to so many other people that he wants to help. Now, you have a connection to the Buckingham Palace. How did that happen?
Marvelous. It was nice. I remember meeting the Queen.
Queen?
Yes, this thing, Albert Hall. I represented 2020. I represented the Commonwealth, the whole 48 Commonwealth.
Yeah.
I represented them.
Wow.
And I have all the pictures there with meeting Prince Harry.
Yeah.
Prince Harry, and then others. Prince Andrew,
Yeah.
the second son of the Queen.
Yeah.
I attended the meeting for about 3 hours with him.
Oh, okay.
All these people.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So it looks beautiful.
And then the British Prime Minister,
Oh, okay.
Boris Johnson,
Yeah.
also had discussions with me. All these people, I met them, and we had the discussions.
Oh.
So the Ra family, actually, I would say that almost all knows me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Prince Harry and the wife, the American,
Yeah.
they all know me.
Wow. In no time we will end our conversation. Now, just some days ago, I mean, vaccines were brought to Ghana
Yeah, good.
about coronavirus, COVID-19, and then, as you rightly said, you worked to raise funds to help it. What is your opinion on it? People are saying that it is not good.
Marvelous. I am praying President Akufo-Addo. He is our illustrious president, I must be saying, and I'm proud to say this, that Ghana is the first nation to arrange this for the vaccines. This shows that he has love for his children. The Ghanaians, he has love for us. If a president, this thing is killing people, and he's able to arrange this thing, and where the drugs came from, the vaccines from India, where I have said before, they are very good with their medicines, and he has arranged this for us. Feather in his cap, everybody must praise him. Not everybody will think about that. So I am praising him. He has done marvelously well. And we are going to participate fully, because I worked to do this thing, to promote this thing. And now, Tom Moore did it in Britain to help these people. I was able to say, I will do it, and I did it. To help Ghana and across the whole of Africa. I stood for it, and we did it. It's unfortunate that recently he died. But I'm still holding the mantle to continue his good work.
I hear you love Shatta Wale a lot.
Shatta Wale, it's wonderful. I went to Britain, and I heard during the celebration, our Guba Awards celebration,
Yeah, Guba.
I heard people speaking a lot about him. And then they were, discussing. When I stood there, I was together with President Rawlings at that time. And then they were standing, and each drop, I heard it. That they said, oh, Shatta Wale, honestly, is the best. The whole of West Africa and Africa is the best. So I was surprised when I came. I wrote a special letter to him, because as far as I'm concerned, at the age of 95, I'm Shatta Wale's #1 fan.
Wow.
Shatta Wale's #1 fan. I can say that with authority, because when I appeared at Xylophone with Black Rasta, when we concluded, the interview, he said he would play this special music for me from this man, Bob Marley. And I said, no, I prefer Shatta Wale. He was extremely surprised that, hey, you wanted, he thought that because I have grown in advanced age, so I would say Bob Marley. I said, no, because I'm Shatta Wale's fan. So
Did he reply the letter?
Pardon?
Did Shatta Wale reply the letter that you wrote?
No, because when I gave it, my secretary gave it to somebody, but that man is now dead. One of this thing, working with him.
Yeah. Willie Roy.
Yeah, he was the one.
Willie Roy.
Yeah.
I understand.
So this is what happened.
Oh, okay. So your final words to the youth. I mean, you've seen everything. You've seen life. You've seen everything. The words to the youth.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Truly, I've passed through a meal of life. From wars and everything. After the war too, I occupied managerial positions, and I'll be very happy to tell you that Ewa Stadium, I did it.
Oh.
And then from Labade T Junction to the military lines, the starting command, all their roads, the military line, I did it. At the same time, I made it dual carriage. Formerly, it was only a single road, but I did one at the south. They joined it with the flower section, which now everybody is enjoying.
Nice one.
I did that, T Junction to the military lines. And also, after that, I was asked to build the Ewa Stadium. I was then working with Ghana National Construction. Okay. So I was the engineer asked to do it.
Oh,
and, well, Maxwell Simpi Asante was then military officer that represented the armed forces. And then Air Marshal Otu, some of the officers, and then Colonel Kumsing, garrison engineer. Then also Gokapia VC-10. He also at the Teshi military camp. All these colonels, I work with them.
Okay.
Now, I'm praying fervently for everybody, every Ghanaian, God to advance his age. I want all of them to work assiduously to help the country, to make it very, very beautiful, because a lot of these our youth, say, junior pastors, they try to go, and sometimes they are not lucky, they die over there. Why? They have to stay, no matter how it's difficult. We have to put our shoulders together to help the president so that we make our country too very beautiful. And lastly, they must have fear of God in them. And they must have love for this country. Nobody will do it for us. It is they. We are banking our hope on them. Because it's like a relay race. We have gone ahead. Now, one day we shall hand over the baton to them to work assiduously to make our country very beautiful. I thank them.
Thank you very much. So WO1 Joseph Ashite Hammond is the one that I talked to today. I'm sure it will inspire you. We learned history as well. We shall meet again. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.